Welcome to our channel, where you can find the latest, most shocking, and most exciting episodes of the TV series Beyond the Gates. If you love dark conspiracies, unexpected twists and ruthless revenge, then prepare yourself because what is about to happen will keep you glued to the screen. An anonymous letter, a secret buried for decades. A carefully calculated revenge plan and a family that is gradually collapsing under the very falsehood they built. This is the story of Hayley, who seems to be the youngest daughter of Vernon and Anita, but is actually the daughter of an anonymous gardener. The result of an affair that Anita has kept secret all her life. A mysterious letter appears on a seemingly normal morning at the mansion, shattering every illusion that this family once believed to be true. Anita received the letter with trembling hands. The content of the letter accused Hayley of not being Vernon's biological child. Although it was just a few cold-typed lines, it was like a knife tearing apart the peaceful shell that she had always tried to maintain. However, she did not expect that Hayley, the person the letter was intended for, had accidentally seen it. Without asking a word, Hayley immediately made a plan to find out the truth. She stole a sample of Vernon's hair from the comb he often used, went to a private clinic and requested a DNA test. During the days waiting for the results, Hayley's mind was in chaos. Vernon's every cold glance, every stern word that she had once considered as teaching, now appeared with a different color. Perhaps he had never considered her as his own flesh and blood. The result was a fatal blow. There was no blood relationship between her and the person she had called father all her life. Everything she believed in, every identity, everything collapsed. But Hayley did not let herself be weak for long. From that pain, a deep anger rose. She would not be eliminated from the game just because of a secret she did not choose. If she could not be acknowledged by blood, she would force them to acknowledge her with intelligence and power. She began to set her sights on the family's private lawyer, who could have all the financial documents, legal control, and loopholes that the Vernon family itself had never noticed. Without haste, Hayley approached him with a cold calculation hidden behind a weak exterior. She created the image of a daughter hurt by the harsh truth, despised by her family, and betrayed by her mother. The man who had lived by reason began to waver. He felt pity, then sympathy, then fell for the dangerous charm and sweetness that Hayley put in every look, every gesture. She made him believe that he was the only support she had left. And when he was completely weak, she took action. Internal documents began to be revealed, wills were subtly changed. Clauses were edited without anyone noticing. Hayley quietly diverted assets, influenced investment decisions, and gradually positioned herself as an important voice in the family. Vernon, who still believed he was in control, had no idea that layers of walls around him were being eroded. Investments began to lose money for no apparent reason. His decisions were refuted by lawyers with surprising arguments. Family members gradually lost trust in each other. Meanwhile, Hayley still maintained her docile appearance. A weak girl trying to overcome the shock. But behind closed doors, she and the lawyer discussed each step, clearly understanding each member's weaknesses. Each legal clause that Vernon had subjectively ignored. No one expected that the girl who was once considered different blood but different heart was holding the fate of the entire family in her hands. And then, the crucial moment came. Vernon had a heart condition and was forced to adjust the will to prevent risks. With the advice of the lawyer, who was now Hayley's insider, the new will was established with shady but legal changes. Hayley became the main heir, holding the majority of shares, the right to manage assets, and run family funds. Vernon signed without question, trusting the man who had followed him for over 30 years, but he did not know that he had signed his own downfall. Hayley did not declare her victory. She quietly watched from the shadows, letting each person realize that they no longer had the power they once had, that their decisions now had to go through her. Anita, realizing that her daughter was in control, was devastated. But she could do nothing, because everything was legal. Vernon tried to reverse things, but his illness worsened. And the only person he trusted had betrayed him. And Hayley, with a calm face, finally stood on the pinnacle that was not given to her, but that she had won with her own cunning, determination and terrifying coldness. She was no longer the little girl who lived in the shadow of a false family name. She was a woman who had been betrayed, rejected, but who had risen up and turned that betrayal into a weapon to destroy those who had looked down on her. And this was only the beginning of a new empire, where Hayley did not need relatives to legitimize her status, because those people had empowered her. If you find what's going on in Beyond the Gates shocking and gripping, don't forget to follow and subscribe to our channel for more shocking plot twists, spectacular twists, and unexpected revenge. The story doesn't end here, and you won't want to miss a second of it.